FERENCVAROS are back in action this week. This time we take on Zalaegerszeg. Let's get into the score prediction. So yeah, somewhere along here is going to be the predicted lineup for FERENCVAROS, at least for me. So first of all, I think we're going to line up with a comfortable 3-5-2, as we always do. Now, in net, I've gone with Dibus Danish for quite obvious reasons here. I mean, you know, for one, Grove is banned for 4 games for pushing the ball kids still against the Derby against Újpest. So we can't play him, and, you know, Dibus isn't injured. He's our best goalie, so pretty simple choice, this one. One thing that I have to highlight, though, against Salzburg, I don't think Dibus was particularly great. I gotta be honest. I think he conceded 2 goals. He could have done a bit better on maybe the first one, the second one, a bit better positioning, all that. Yeah, so I don't think he's necessarily in the best of forms, but I do think he's going to have a great game, and he's going to have a start for this game. Now, on to the back line. We have Cisse, Sallai, and Gartenman. Let's start off with Cisse, and I think this one, I don't really know who to go for the defense, because obviously you have, this is pretty standard here, the only one who hasn't really played against Salzburg is Sallai. Raymaker's played out of his place, but again, Raymaker's, I just feel like Sallai hasn't been getting as much game time as I think he wanted to be, so I think Robbie Keane might start him in the more important games. I mean, it's still an important game. I mean, don't get me wrong, we absolutely need 3 points here. Like, we cannot lose. If we drop points to Zalaegerszeg here, we are in deep trouble. We are in deep trouble. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say here. But I still think that Sallai, he's decent, right? He's going to have the start, I feel like. And Raymakers might be rested a bit for the next game, maybe in the Cup against Békés Csaba. I really have no idea. Now, kind of straight away from Cisse here, but Cisse, he's... I think, again, against Salzburg, I feel like most of our lads did pretty good, but I think Cisse particularly might have had the better games of the back line. He wasn't exactly the most consistent. I feel like in the second goal as well, if you watch it back, I think that he really could have maybe done a bit better in terms of where he was. He looked kind of lost at times, but honestly, I think he, again, going to get the start. Lineup's not going to be too much different. As for Gartenman, I don't think he, again, standard back line, he was okay, made a couple mistakes. He is really prone to making mistakes, though. That's what I will say. So I think if Zalaegerszeg were to score today, or tomorrow, I do think it's going to come from Gartenman's side, or from him making a mistake, because he makes a lot of mistakes in the squad, and Robbie Keane has to figure out something to stop this mistakes from happening, because it's going to become a problem eventually. Now on to our midfield. We got 5 in the midfield. We have Levy, Keita, Ötvös, Zachariasen, and Makrakis. Now this is it's definitely an interesting one. I've swapped around quite a few players from the game against Salzburg, so the lineup's looking a bit different. Makrakis, you know, played pretty good against Salzburg. Don't really have much complaints on his side there. Levy, I mean, we know, came from Puskás. He's incredible for us. He's gotten assists in the Europa League before. I don't think he's gotten a goal yet, but it is going to be coming sooner or later, I'm sure of it. Maybe against Ludogorets, we don't know. Yeah, so I think Levy's going to be pretty good there. Keita, and I mean, look, I've not exactly been nice to Keita, because in the player ratings video in Salzburg, I kind of, like, I didn't really like how Keita played when he came on. I'm going to be honest, because Keita, he just didn't feel like he fit in. And I said this in the player ratings. I'm going to say it again here. I don't think Keita's meant for FERENCVAROS. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he is. You know, I don't even know when we got him on loan from Werder Bremen. I think like a year ago, maybe 1.5. But he just has not been performing for us recently. I know he could do way better. That's kind of what I want to say here. I know that Keita can do way better than what he's showing us right now. He's proven that multiple times. Yeah, so I don't really know when we're going to see the real Keita. I don't think he's gotten as much goal contributions that I think he should have gotten by now. But I still think he's going to be handed the start. Just Robbie Keane trying to test him around, see what's good for him. And yeah, Bence Ötvös. Now this is an interesting one as well, because I don't think Ötvös necessarily had the best of games against Salzburg either, but I don't think he necessarily had a bad game. I think he got himself an assist against Salzburg. I feel like one thing in particular was really good is his positioning, and I think Ötvös is the key in our midfield. Like, if we lose Ötvös, we kind of fall apart in our midfield, and that was until some person came on and did something for us. But I don't... Yeah, so I think Ötvös is going to have the start here. If we move on to Zachariasen, though, I mean, again, against Salzburg, I personally think Zachariasen was just the man of the match. I mean, the way he played, he got himself a goal, he got himself an assist, and I think I think he played excellent, positioning really good. I think he did well to like stay on side, and which is most people struggle with in the squad I've seen recently. Yeah, I think he's been doing great, and I do think he's going to be handed the start. I don't think Robbie Keane's going to want to rest him just yet, because we do got a couple of games before Ludogorets. I think we have Zalaegerszeg, Békéscsaba, and I think MTK Budapest coming up before we play Ludogorets. So I think a lot of our main starters might not be rested for this one. And then moving on to our front two, the two pair up front who's going to be causing the damage. It is Gruber and Varga. I mean, Varga's a pretty no-brainer here. You know, he got himself another header goal. I mean, this guy with his head, bro, he doesn't even score goals with his foot anymore. It's literally just with his head. If we move on to Gruber, though, oh boy, how do I say this? So, I mean, you have Yusuf, who scored a goal against Salzburg. You had Lenny Joseph, who came on for him eventually, or no? Did Lenny Joseph start? I can't exactly remember, but either way, I know both of them played, and Gruber did not. So I do think Robbie Keane's going to start him for this game. Should be a relatively easy game. I'm not here to write anyone off, but they're 12th in the league. They're dead last with 7 points. Their only win was against 11th place Kasin Spartica, so yeah, this should really be a no-brainer. And I do think Gruber's going to be handed the start. Now, moving on to Zalaegerszeg starting 11, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't really know a whole lot. I've known a couple, so you got Gundel Tokac, Várkonyi, Borges, Bodnar, Calderon. I have no idea how to pronounce some of these names, I'm going to be honest here, but it's pretty basic. I think they're definitely going to try and put out their best starting 11. I mean, you have to. It's FERENCVAROS, so yeah, one person in particular who I feel like I am kind of worried about is Joao Victor. He wasn't handed the start last time Zalaegerszeg played, but the player who was supposed to play there got a yellow card, and I do think they're going to sub him in. And Joao Victor, let's be honest here, he has been, I think, one of Zalaegerszeg's best players so far. I'm going to say it. I think he really has been. So I do think he's going to be the most threat, and I hope that he's not going to try and come onto Carton Man's side, because that might end up badly. I don't know where he's going to play, but I do think he is going to play. Now, if we move on to my personal score prediction, it's an interesting one, because we are playing at home in the Groupama Arena. I think we are going to come out with, let's say we're going to come out with a 4-1 victory. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. It's going to be quite a lot of goals for us. I think we're going to come out with a 4-1 victory against Zalaegerszeg, and hopefully let it be that way. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think is going to be the score? And I'll see you in the next one.